So we're back today and we're going to be talking about what an ally is and how to be an ally. So an ally is someone who's willing to act with and for other groups in the hopes or in the fight to make things end in the fight against oppression. It's someone who's fighting for equality. Being an ally, you don't have to be directly affected by the issue, but you have to be aware of the fact that it is an issue. And then you have to be willing to help, to fight, to support people who are trying to end that issue. So such as what we've been seeing all over the world with racism. An ally is someone who understands that racism does exist and is willing to go out there and to fight against racism, to fight for equality, to fight for an end to the oppression of Black people, to fight for an end to racial injustices. That's what being an ally is. You're stepping in and using the fact that you're not the one who's been oppressed. You're not the one who's been a victim to all of this racial injustice. You're not one who has been seen as a threat or as aggressive. And you're using that to defend, to protect, and to help voice out what the people who are being oppressed, what the people who are victims of the inequalities are trying to say. We've seen allies at work during the protests that have been going on throughout the world. We've seen white women running up to protect Black men from the police. We've seen white people standing up and standing against all that has been going on, against police brutality, against this racism and this oppression. Those people are being allies because they're using their voices and they're using their privilege to protect, to speak out against what has been going on. Being an ally is not just posting a black square on Blackout Tuesday and then calling it good because you said something when the whole world, or when it was most acceptable to say something. Being an ally is continuing with the conversations and continuing to try to do something to continue the fight on and on after Blackout Tuesday. Being an ally is someone who's still speaking out and against it and educating themselves right now. So how can you be an ally? Being an ally starts internally. So to be an ally, you need to look at your own implicit biases. Implicit bias is the views that you have about a certain group of people. So like I talked about the stereotypes. So implicit bias is when you have these unconscious behaviors, unconscious views about a certain group. And that can mean viewing Black people as aggressive or as loud or as a threat. You address those implicit biases and address those prejudices that you have and move your thoughts away from what the media portrays, from the stereotypes and what you think of a certain group of people, and actually understand who they are. After you've looked at your implicit biases, look at what privileges you have. Look at how you can use the privileges you have to help the community, to help the people you want to be an ally for. Look at how you can use your privilege to help them in the fight against oppression, against injustice, to help them attain that equality. Educate yourself. Listen to podcasts. Listen to people talking about these issues. Watch documentaries. Read books. There's so many resources that are available for you to learn more and to educate yourself that are not just listening to someone speak about it. Educating yourself will give you a chance to understand what people are speaking out against, to understand what people are saying, why people are protesting, why people are tired, right? Educating yourself will give you a chance to have a deeper understanding beyond what you're raised to believe or what you've been taught in school. It'll give you a chance to sympathize with the group of people you want to be an ally to. It'll give you a chance to even empathize in some cases. It gives you a chance to understand their side of the story, which honestly isn't really portrayed in the media until there's a video, until someone says something about it, right? Once you've educated yourself, educate others. There's a harsh reality that people are more likely to listen to people who look like them, who sound like them, who speak like them, who think like them. Well, that's what they want to believe. Because at this point, you've educated yourself and you don't think like them anymore. But because of the way you look, the way you talk, where you're from, people are going to be more inclined to listen to you. So use that fact that you look like them, that you're from the same place as them, that they're more likely going to listen to you, to make them listen to you, to talk about what you've learned, to address the implicit biases that they might have that they don't know about, that they don't even know is an implicit bias, to talk about what is happening in the country that they are trying to block themselves from. So you've looked at yourself internally, you've educated yourself, and you are hopefully educating others. What else can you do? You go out, you show up, you stand up, you use your voice, you use your privilege to make a difference, to say something. You use your voice and you use your privilege to support those who aren't being given a chance to voice their opinions, to say what they want. You can sign petitions, you can vote, you can protest, you can go out there and show people that you're there to support them, that you want to help, that you're also tired of this oppression and this inequality that has been going on for way too long. Be an active bystander in your house, in your community, with your friends. Speak out against those microaggressions. Speak out against them. Make people know that that racial slur or that joke was not funny. Make people aware of what they're doing that is supporting the racial injustice, the oppression of the group you want to be an ally for. Check up on your friends. Check up on your friends who are vocal. Check up on your friends who have been going to protest. Your friends who are trying to make people understand, to raise awareness about these issues. Remind them that they need to breathe, right? Remind them that they cannot give 100% if they are not at 100%. That's part of being an ally. Being an ally is looking out for the things that people often forget because they're so focused on what they're doing, they're so focused on their fighting. So to be an ally is to step out of your comfortable, free, safe life, to go be uncomfortable, to go support something greater than yourself, to go support a cause that people have been living uncomfortably in for several years, so that we can all live a comfortable, free, and safe life equally. And just shout out to all those allies out there who have been working so hard. We appreciate you guys, and we hope you continue to stand with the causes that you're standing for, to stand with them, and to continue being an ally. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I hope you learned something. You can pass it on to a friend. And yeah, keep on doing what you're doing. Keep on fighting for those who don't have a voice, for those who are victims. Keep on fighting against oppression.